Bajiquan.Online. Learn Bajiquan systematically.
A few days ago, I posted a question online. Which weapon in traditional Chinese martial arts is the hardest to learn? Saber, spear, staff, or the spring autumn heavy saber? Today, I want to explain the meaning behind a famous saying in martial arts. 1 year for the saber, 1 month for the staff, a lifetime for the spear, 1 night for the spring autumn heavy saber. This might surprise those who voted for the spring autumn saber as the hardest. According to this saying, it's actually the easiest. The order goes spring autumn saber, easiest, then staff, then saber, and finally spear, hardest. At first glance, the spring autumn saber looks long and heavy, so it seems hard to practice. But in traditional Chinese martial arts, difficulty isn't about size or weight. It's about how many ways the weapon can move and change. The more complex the movements, the harder it is to master. That's why the spear is considered the most difficult. Let's look at the staff, spear, and the spring autumn saber. They are all long weapons, so their basic movements are similar. But the spring autumn saber mainly uses the blade to chop and slice. This limits its range of motion. When the movements are predictable, it's easier for an opponent to block or counter. Still, the heavy saber's movement path is almost the same as the spear or staff. So if you already know how to use a spear or staff, learning the saber is much easier. Also, weapons are usually custom made, so weight isn't a big issue. As for jumping moves, those are basic martial arts skills, not unique to the heavy saber. Even some spear routines include similar jumps. Now let's talk about the staff. It looks like a spear but has no spearhead. The ends of the staff are the main striking points. A skilled fighter can switch between ends quickly to attack. This gives the staff more variation than the saber. Because it has no blade, the body can move more freely. With solid basics, you can learn a full staff routine in a month. But that's just the form. Real fighting skills with the staff take years of practice. In fact, a famous general from the Ming Dynasty, Yu Dayou, called the staff the top art and wrote a book about its secrets. So saying 1 month for the staff is clearly an exaggeration. The Chinese saber is a short weapon, but because it's light and fast and works closely with body movement, it's actually harder to master. In late Qing Dynasty Beijing, a famous martial artist named Wang Wu was known for his saber skills. Learning the saber well takes years of study and practice. It's not something you master in just 1 year. Finally, let's talk about the spear. In Chinese martial arts, the spear is called the king of all weapons. Why? Not just because it's long, some spears are over 3 meters, but because it has the most complex movements. The spear is flexible and hard to predict. A skilled user can move the tip in many ways using their waist and limbs. Besides basic thrusts and blocks, the spear tip can trace shapes like circles or crescent moons. These techniques are very advanced and take years to learn. Also, the spear can strike with both ends, like a staff. Long spears can be used in short-range combat too. A good fighter can switch hands, mix real and fake moves, and trick the opponent before striking. This is called flash and steal. Because of all these changes and the need for full body coordination, the spear truly earns its title as the king of all weapons. Saying a lifetime for the spear is no exaggeration. Which weapon do you like best? Why? You are welcome to leave a comment below.